Jackson. Hey, Debbie. Hey, everybody. Hold on a second, guys. Hey, Sunny, how are you? So I'm going to get a couple people on here, and then I have a couple things that I want to say and just talk to you guys. A couple things that I want to just get off my chest and clarify, and sometimes it's easier to clarify something in voice than it is with a post. I'm walking my little dog right now. Let me show you. Let me see if I can show you my dog. Hold on. Well, he's right down there. I'm still in Chicago, actually. Leaving, excuse me, tomorrow. So, anyways, hope everybody's doing well. So, I wanted to talk to you guys. Wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. I wanted to talk to you about my weekend. Many of you were kind of following my journey the last few months with competing for Continental Plus, which, if those of you who don't know that, it's kind of a hobby of mine, drag female impersonation, something that I love. And so I competed for a pageant this weekend. It was called Continental Plus. They have different divisions, like Elite is for older impersonators, and then they have regular and plus, Mr. So it was a great weekend, and of course a lot of these people are my really good friends. So oh god, now we're gonna have a siren. Jackson, hold on, guys. Oh dear. So I had an amazing weekend of pageantry, and like, you know, for somebody like myself who you know, a lot of my family doesn't accept me because I'm gay. I mean, my nuclear family does, like my sister, my mother, but like my whole dad's side, I don't really talk to them a lot. There's a couple of them that I do, but you know, the pageant world is, it's kind of like a family almost. So just to like not have been able to see those people for a long time was amazing, you know. And it's kind of like an extended family, you know. You've got people that you're very close to, and then you've got people that you aren't close to, or not as close to. Not that you aren't close to them, but so, you know, that, oh my God, we've got another siren. But Jackson. So it was awesome to just kind of be with people, and that was actually that was the third national pageant that I've competed in, and I had a great experience. This is probably my favorite one so far, nothing against the other two. Oh, thank you, Sunny. I'm so proud of you too. Yeah, one of my friends, Sunny's on here. She actually competed for the division on Monday night. So anyways, I had a great time. Why is there so many sirens? And just had an amazing time. Got to see family, got to see people that I love, got to see people that I care about. So that's super meaningful. Like I said, it's just sort of a big creative group of people, and it's something I feel very connected to. I mean, part of it is just my own journey, because I've had so much issues with like my self-esteem or believing in myself, and so it's something that I see as a way to push myself kind of in ways that I'm not naturally comfortable in. So I was so happy, and I've always wanted to do Continental. It's very competitive. You have to come out in swimsuit, which obviously as a biological male who lives as a male, that is very challenging. but it ended up being my favorite category of the entire competition. I had so much fun. And I was just Continental means so much to me because that's how I discovered drag. I actually went to the Baton Show Lounge one time, had no idea what drag was, walked in and I saw Chili Pepper, Mimi Marks, and I was like, what the hell is this? And just became obsessed with it. So, had so much fun. For some of my clients, because I know I have clients and family members. I just have an allergy thing, by the way, guys. My clients and family members who are not as familiar with that, I just want to clarify. I love drag. I'm not trying to. I actually had several people that messaged me, am I becoming a woman? Am I transitioning to a woman? No, I'm not. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I have lots of trans friends and stuff, but I do not identify as a woman. I identify as a male. I don't feel like I was supposed to live as a woman. To me, it's an art form. So I know there's some people on my page that are not as familiar with stuff, and they don't know a lot about this stuff. So I just wanted to clarify that because I was getting a lot of calls and stuff about, not calls, but messages, people not knowing about what that is. So it is different. When you're a female impersonator, you don't and there are trans people that compete in these pageants, but they're not, but that's, and that's great. They're actually very welcome in this system. So anyways, somebody must be dying or something. So anyways, I had a great time. Got to meet the judges, got to see so many people. My boyfriend came, so it was great. So that was great. There is something I did want to bring up, and I just think it is important to discuss. I was kind of on the fence if I wanted to talk about it, but it's bothering me. So I feel like I do want to. Unfortunately, in the world that we live in, there's light and dark, there's good and bad. There is, people that do good things, people that do bad things. And sometimes people that are not bad people or evil people, but maybe make a bad decision out of mental illness, or they make the wrong decisions or whatever. But doesn't mean that they're an evil person. I wanted to, as I was preparing for this pageant, because I was preparing for almost 2 years, of course, I evolved a lot as an entertainer in those 2 years, because it was just, your sense of the art form changes and you start to see new things that you like and things like that. And so, sorry, I'm getting over this sinus thing. So anyways, what I wanted to say was, so a lot of my package changed and evolved over the last few months. I added things, I took away things, I subtracted things. One of the things that I went into the competition doing was I wanted to do my talent, La Jazz Hot, which I've done at two other pageants. And I decided I'm going to do it one last time. I had never really gotten to do it the way I wanted to do it. So I decided to do that. And I did La Jazz Hot the way I wanted to do it, because I had never been able to do it the elaborate way I wanted to do it. I was either on a small stage or I didn't have the costumes ready. So I made the decision to do La Jazz Hot, and I put a lot of time and effort into that, of course. And I did it the way I wanted to do it. My interpretation of that, my costumes, my ideas. I mean, obviously there's only a certain way you can kind of do La Jazz Hot, but I wanted to put my little spin on it. And many of you know, because it's been very apparent, I have been involved with drag and pageants the last 10 years or more. And many of you are aware that I use the same choreographer and dancer. I use the AJA talent group, Alberto Arias. So nothing was going to change for that. And that was my plan going into the competition. In April, so this would be, we're in September. In April, I decided I wanted to go in a different direction with my talent, in terms of the dancers, and in terms of the choreography. And I kind of met with Alberto to talk to him about this, and it just didn't really go well, and from my perspective. And maybe there's another perspective there, but from my perspective, I wasn't comfortable with what I was told. So I decided at that point to not use Alberto. And I told him that. And I was pretty much fine with that. I mean, there was a little bit of sort of like sadness, I think, on both of our ends. That's what my take was. Because I've used him for a lot of things. And I've always recommended him. And it's always weird when that happens. But of course, in my community of pageants, it's not really uncommon. A lot of times we do move on to somebody else or do something else. So anyways, that was that. And the main thing was that I really wanted to, there were certain things that I had asked him that he basically told me I couldn't do. Certain costuming, and things like that. I wasn't going to be in Chicago a lot over the summer, and he's based in Chicago. So that was part of my decision too. And some other opportunities presented themselves for me to work with some other people. So I decided to just go that route. And like I said, I told him that it was fine. And, he was doing a million other talents anyways. And as far as I know, I guess I was wrong about this in retrospect, but as far as I knew, there was no issues. He even had a contestant of mine at Mr. Gay America, which was in Las Vegas, and he was doing choreography, and I had arranged for them to work together. I had even helped to pay his fees to compete with my contestant because I was sponsoring that contestant. And that was only like 2 weeks ago. When he was out there, I actually sent him just as a nice, I know I didn't have to do this, and I'm not like bragging, but I sent him like $100 on Apple Pay. I said, hey, great job for dancing. For my contestant, buy the boys some drinks, because the dancers. So as far as I know, we had no issue that I know of. I did see him in Chicago once I got here. I had one encounter with him before the pageant, and I found him to be extremely rude and almost condescending, and I don't know exactly why he chose to be that way towards me, but that was it. So when the competition started for, Continental, I immediately became aware that another contestant was doing my talent, that my exact talent that Alberto was working with. And it was the same choreography he had used with me, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know the chronology of that. I don't know if that contestant came up with that before. I don't know if his plan was to do 2 jazz hots the whole time. All I know is that, what I do know is that he was working with that contestant, and he intentionally put me and that contestant into, I feel, not a good situation, because it ended up looking, it looked weird, because now, of course, nobody owns the music to Jazz Hot in the drag world. So, anybody can do a number, right? I mean, nobody can stop that. But to me, and this, this is between the black and white lines. This is more of some the way I treat people, I would have made a phone call, you know. I would have said, hey, Thomas, you've worked with me for years and years. I know we're not working together now, but I am doing Le Jazz Hot. This contestant wants to do that. And that's what's going on. And I'm doing it. I just want you to know that, you know. I have no idea because I don't know that contestant. I have no friendship or relationship with that person. I can't imagine that person knew that, because why? I just think from a contestant perspective, I can imagine that she wouldn't have wanted to do Le Jazz Hot when I was doing Le Jazz Hot. So I can only assume, this is again an assumption, but I would assume that Alberto probably didn't tell her that. But maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know. But, and like I said, Le Jazz Hot is probably one of the most overdone drag numbers. So it's not like anybody owns that. But to me, the gentleman thing to do would have been to say, hey, you know, this is what's happening. I'm doing Le Jazz Hot, you know. I wouldn't have said anything. But to put somebody in a predicament on that day who I feel I've been very kind to, I've supported, I've financially, you know, friendship-wise, I've always tried to be a good friend of that person. I don't understand why that person did that. And I'm not putting anybody on blast, but I am just speaking my truth about this, because I do feel that being in this community, that you really do have to know who you're dealing with. And personally, I would want to know that. A lot of us spend a lot of hard-earned money, make sacrifices with our relationships, with our jobs, with our partners, to perform and to do drag because we love it, not because we're going to be millionaires from it. And for that person to kind of sabotage my experience, who I felt like I had a trust for, I do feel like I need to make people aware of that, because I don't know if that person does that a lot. I don't know if that... So I guess my overall message is make sure that when you're doing anything, competing, when you're doing drag, when you're doing... you know, I have a lot of friends in the entertainment industry. You know, whatever you're doing, make sure that you can trust everybody on your team and use your intuition. This is something that is, like I said, very hurtful. And like I said, at the end of the day, I'm fully aware I didn't invent the music to Le Jazz Hot. But I just, like I said, that there's no other conclusion besides that person did that to be mean-spirited, evil-spirited, I think, and also sort of narcissistically did not care about putting another contestant in harm's way. Because if you were up on a national stage, I just know drag artists and drag entertainers, you'd be an idiot to go up there and do the same number that you know somebody else is doing. So there had to be. And like I said, did he know for sure I didn't change my talent? Did he? No. But like I said, you can read between the lines. And I think that was a wrong thing to do. And I think it was just, you know, especially given that he had been a part of my team. And we had conversations. So, you know, he knew that was on the table. So I can't really come up with any other conclusion besides that. Like I said, a phone call, a message, a communication. Oh, Jackson doesn't like skateboards. Would have saved so much. So anyways, it just is what it is. And I hope everybody's doing well. And everything's going well for me. I'm leaving Chicago, heading to New York this week, and I haven't been there. But haven't been there in almost 2 years. Hold on, has it been over 2 years? Year and a half almost, wow. So I'm going to be there, go with my partner, and looking forward to that. And yeah, I had an amazing time at Continental Plus. Amazing. Such an honor to even be on that stage. I mean, that place, that competition has so much history. I have so much respect for all of those people. So I definitely will be coming back at some point. Hopefully, I don't know when yet, but I definitely plan to come back. Because I love Continental and I love what it represents, and I believe in it. So I'll be back at some point. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. And stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself, and I will see you when I see you. And yeah, that's about it. So, okay. Oh, hey, Paulo. Mwah. Let's see. Hey, Diamond. Mwah. Hello, Michael. Hey, Nico. All my friends are on here. So anyways, guys, I will talk to you later. Bye.